Hi, I'm Alison and work for Newmarket and District Youth for Christ. It's good to be back with you for an assembly, even if it had to be recorded. We have done previous assemblies on hope, so when we were given the request for an assembly with the title New Hope, it helped me to think again about what an important value hope is and how we need to remind ourselves of it regularly. Perhaps you're having a great day, but the reality is that we can all have grey days. This may be from the length of time this COVID season has lasted, a long illness, difficult relationships with family or friends, long periods when the normal joys of life may not be possible. Sadly, we all have difficult days that can drag on and could be described as gloomy grey days. In the midst of this, our minds and emotions can become a real difficulty. We want to simplify life and emotions, so life is either bad or good. Things are either a failure or a success. Some of us have personalities which are more prone to seeing the world that way, but we all do it more when we're under pressure or we're under stress. It's like the brain's way of streamlining thinking, and this is an important truth. No matter how much your brain might try to tell you, life is not either black or white. Most of the time it is aspects of grey. Something's good, something's challenging. It can be difficult finding a way to live well in times when the colour of life can feel lost, when days are relentlessly grey and grim, and things can so easily feel overwhelming or hopeless. But there is some colour if you can see it. Did you know that your brain has a negative bias? This makes sense in that you generally remember and learn from things that went wrong more than from things that went right. But this means we notice negatives much more than positives and can easily overlook or miss good things in terms of what we focus on, remember and think about. When negative things are all around and life is limited or difficult, it can feel like this is all there is. Life is just bad, or it's so easy to feel hopeless. Nothing will ever change. And this is awful. Everything is a disaster. And of course, in this COVID time, we have all had moments of this. Most people, including myself, have asked ourselves, when will this be over? This is a clip from the film Elizabeth, the Golden Age. Sir Walter Raleigh makes a speech to the Queen.
Can you imagine what it is to cross an ocean? For weeks you see nothing but the horizon, perfect and empty. You live in the grip of fear. Fear of storms, fear of sickness on board, fear of the immensity. So you must drive that fear down deep into your belly. Study your charts. Watch your compass. Pray for a fair wind and hope. Pure, naked, fragile hope.
Majesty, the Archduke caught him waiting.
Let them wait. Go on, Mr. Raleigh. You were hoping?
At first, it's no more than a haze on the horizon. So you watch. You watch. Then it's a smudge. A shadow on the far water. For a day. For another day. The stain slowly spreads along the horizon, taking form, until on the third day you let yourself believe. You dare to whisper the word. Land. Land. Life. Resurrection. A true adventure. coming out of the vast unknown, out of the immensity, into new life. That, Your Majesty, is the new world.
Hope doesn't come all of a sudden, like switching on a light. It appears slowly, a small piece at a time. Did you know that the moon has no source of light itself? It's in darkness. It looks like it's shining, but this is when it catches the light of the sun. It catches that brightness and shines, lighting the night. I have found that in my dark, grey moments, when I have been struggling, I have not been able to find the light within myself. I have felt that I should be able to. I'm a mum, I've got responsibilities. But somehow, despite my best determined efforts, I couldn't brighten myself. I needed family and friends. And I found that the most important thing I could do is to make sure, like the moon, that I turn towards another source of light. I turn towards God's light so I can shine again. The most brilliant truth is that the moon radiates light, but it also reminds ourselves of the most important thing is that even in the night, the light still exists. So in my grey days, I remember better times will be ahead. Hope is not lost, God is still there. My God turns my darkness into light. You may have had friends or family try and cheer you up with the best intentions, or you may have tried to cheer up a friend. Sometimes it's hard to know what to say, and it can come across as unsympathetic or uncaring, or as toxic positivity. Here are some phrases that you may have said or have had said to you. I've tried to give some ideas of how phrases of toxic positivity can be changed into phrases of hope. Never give up, you'll get over it.
This is hard. You've done hard things before, and I believe in you.
Good vibes only. Stop being negative. Just be positive.
I know there's a lot that could go wrong, but what could go right?
Just be happy. Think happy thoughts.
It's never fun to feel unhappy. Is there something we can do today that you would enjoy?
See the good in everything.
It's probably pretty hard to be positive right now. I'll support you if I can.
You may have seen the short book, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse by Charlie Mackesy, who is from Suffolk. He has some beautiful drawings and some important messages of hope. What's the best thing you've learned about the storms? That they end, said the horse. It's okay, said the horse, not to feel okay. No matter how much your brain might try to tell you it is, life is not black or white. Most of the time it's aspects of grey, some good things and some more challenging. But there will be periods when things are going well, even alongside when things are difficult. Perhaps try and remember, grey is okay. Life is not just bad or good. Even in the midst of difficulty, there will remain some things that are good. Small blessings, kindnesses and things to celebrate and find. Perhaps try and remember, grey is okay. Life is not just good or bad. Even in the midst of difficulty, there will be some things that are good. Small blessings, kindnesses, some things to celebrate and find comfort or joy in. Friends or family who love you. The joy of a beautiful sight in nature. Good food shared with good company. Spot the colours. Resolve to focus on the good. Remember, your brain will happily focus on the negative things, but particularly when you're feeling low, your brain is much worse at spotting good things. Look out for the good things, no matter how small. Recognise those little kindnesses in your life. The precise moment a friend texts you to say something really kind. That random thing you just find funny. Don't rush past those things. Spot them and linger in those moments. Focus on them. Take photos, save mementos to remind you of them. Do everything you can to spend as much time thinking about those things. Sometimes our own situations are genuinely really tough and we need a moment of escape. A brief window of relief when our attention is distracted, our perspective changed and we can, for a moment, forget. So my prayer for you, if you're feeling grey or hopeless, is that the sun will come out for you with precious moments, that you may see kindness, that you may find sources of hope and light, and that life will carry you through, and maybe better days will be just around the corner. Thank you for listening.